Hey guys, me again, you know who I am. Today I'm here to talk about two different weapons, one of which is often recommended to new players, is the Lex, and the other has been kind of forgotten even though it's been buffed a while ago. Now, I've been sort of sitting on this video idea for about a year, and I kind of forgot about it until now. So, sorry that this video is like a year late, but whatever. It's better late than never. Now we're going to be comparing the Lex against the Sicarus. You're probably wondering why I'm not comparing these two weapons against something like the Mark I Furus. And even though it can use the Furus augment, which heals you upon dealing damage, the healing scales off of damage, and the damage that the Furus puts out is very low. While it's nice as it is, and I did use it for both of my playthroughs when I was trying to do a walkthrough of the game, I wish they buffed the Sicarus sooner. Now, comparing the Sicarus against the Lex has a higher crit chance, but the Sicarus has a much higher fire rate because it's a burst weapon. They have the same critical multiplier. Sicarus has a bigger magazine, as to be expected from a burst weapon. And the Sicarus has a slightly better reload speed, but the Lex has slightly better status chance, but that doesn't really matter since I'm firing 3 bullets all the time instead of 1. The Lex has a higher base damage of 130. And the Sicarus only has a base damage of 30, but since it's 3-mile burst, it's more like 90 base damage. So it's a little less than the Lex. As far as market costs go, the Lex costs about 50,000 credits, as well as it requiring MR3. The Sicarus, on the other hand, costs 20,000 credits, but it's also MR3. So we're going to be comparing the Lex and the Sicarus. Now, the Sicarus, I feel like, in my opinion, is a better weapon for new players than the Lex, strictly because of its damage type. Mainly, it's being mostly impact instead of mostly puncture, because in the early game, there are a huge lack of weapons with impact damage, so not a lot of weapons are very good against shields, so you're going to be struggling against Corpus. Also, if you don't like the high kick or high recoil or the really, really slow reload speed of the Lex, then I think the Sicarus is a good alternative. So I have 2 builds for each weapon. I have a build that does not require a catalyst, so your typical 30 points, and then I have one that takes advantage of a catalyst for both weapons. The no catalyst build is mainly for like level 30 enemies, your typical run-of-the-mill enemies that you'll see every day. So I have a rank 4 Hornet Strike, I have a maxed out Pistol Gambit, which increases my crit chance, and then I have a rank 4 Convulsion and an unranked Heated Charge. Now the reason I'm using radiation damage instead of corrosive is because during my playthroughs I did to try and do like a walkthrough of the game, I found that the Toxin mod, which is pathogen rounds, and the Cold mod, Deep Freeze, are not very easy to come by. In fact, they're pretty rare, and I got my first pathogen rounds at like Master Rank 4, and I got Deep Freeze at Master Rank 6. So these aren't as common mods as you think they are, so it's probably best that if a new player trades for them, but if a new player does not go through that route, then this is probably what they're going to use. So with the non-catalyst version, I have a wide array of enemies here from all the factions, and at level 30, I'm pause their AI so they don't fight each other, and it saves me time to just summon them all at once. But you can see, Corrupted, it does perfectly fine, though like I said, it does struggle against shields. Gotta reload. Alright, and the Infested. Now, the Infested are strong against radiation damage, so it's probably best to switch to a different damage type, but like I said, Toxin is kind of hard to come by. Gotta reload, and if I'm taking... Alright, next batch of enemies. I'm gonna take out the Ancient first. I'm gonna just reload early here. When I'm not getting crits, I don't do nearly as much damage. But that's to be expected for a crit-based weapon. And then, of course, some Infested here. Like I said, they're strong against radiation. Oh. And my bolts are just going through them for some reason. Oh, you're not dead. Okay. Now, I did okay against those level 30 enemies, though like I said, the Infested are strong against radiation, so if you're using like a different element, this would be more effective against them. Now let's compare the Sicarus with the same build. Alright, and we're gonna use it against those wide array of enemies. So against shields, which is what the Lex struggled against, it does okay. It takes a bit more bursts. Now, apply status way more because I'm shooting more bullets. Takes about everything out within like 2 to 3 bursts, except for heavy units. But I did much better against the Ancient Healer there. And like I said, the Infested are strong against radiation. So yeah, it didn't do too bad. It hits them in 2 bursts instead of 1 with the no catalyst build, but that's fine. Though I didn't have nearly as much kick, and I applied way more status than I ever did with the Lex. So status is gonna be more. So if I were to run corrosive here, it'd probably be more efficient. Now I'm going to show you guys the Catalyst build. So instead of using a rank 4 Hornet Strike, I'm using a rank 8 Hornet Strike, of course. And then we have our Barrel of Fusion. We have our maxed out heat and electric mods to make radiation. And then we have a max crit chance mod, a max crit damage mod. Now I'm going to change the level from level 30 to level 50. So we're at the high end of the start chart, or like, I want to say 10, 15 minutes into like a survival or something. Still struggles against shields, the puncture damage. The Infested are dying quicker now. Gotta reload. Of course, I don't do nearly as much damage when I don't crit. There we go. Alright. So that was, of course, faster. Now I'm going to show you what how the Sicarus performs with the exact same build. Just to show you, rank 8 Hornet Strike, Barrel of Fusion, max radiation, and crit chance and crit damage. So I still have the 2 bursts. That guy with shields. Oh, that 1 bursted him. One bursted that guy with shields. Alright. I was going to do a build where I maxed out both of the weapons with multiple forma, but I decided against that idea because you can get better weapons at lower AR, mainly the kit guns, because they don't have an MR requirement. Anyway guys, that's all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.